Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Hey man, how's it been?
Good, man. How you been?
I'm doing good. We're starting year 2. You excited?
Yes.
Awesome.
Woo!
All right. So you just got back from a little trip.
From the motherland.
The motherland.
Yeah, just got back a week ago from Brussels.
Yeah, how was it?
It was really nice.
Great.
Apart from some minor mishaps where they broke into our car, but they didn't steal anything. They just smashed the window.
That's the worst.
Yeah. So it was just like some pointless vandalism that we had to spend. We didn't get too delayed. We spent like an hour and a half trying to sort out that.
That's not too
window
bad.
situation.
I mean, that's probably good anyway.
Yeah.
It just saved your liver a little.
Well,
few lacerations.
Well, we were driving, so
Oh.
we weren't drinking at that point.
Okay.
And it was also 7 a.m. in the morning, so also explains.
Plenty of time.
So, but we actually got some really good. We got a good repair shop to fix a plexiglass window for us.
So you can at least get home.
Yeah, which
That's good.
also held up on the Autobahn on the way home, which was kind of nice.
That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was suggesting you just get some duct tape and some cardboard and just go to town, man.
Well, you kind of want to see out your passenger side window. And,
Blah, blah, blah.
Potato. me. Well, especially in Brussels rush hour traffic.
Yeah, no, that sounds like it would suck.
Yeah, that was not fun in the morning. But
You could just take the tape, you could just take it down, and then whenever you're on the Autobahn, you can just tape it back up again. So.
Well, I mean, we had the plexiglass window, so it was see-through.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if you come with cardboard and the duct tape.
No, well, now we didn't have to do that.
Well,
see?
aren't we all fancy and highfalutin?
Mm-hmm. It's the way to go.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, we got to spend some time driving around, visiting a couple of different breweries down there.
All right, so where did you go first?
We started off at... me and my cousin flew down on the first day, and then we met up with my other cousin's husband down there, who had driven down for a business meeting, and then we met up in Brussels.
Okay.
And then we drove home together with him. So we, first of all, I believe the first night we went to Modelambic, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Spent some time there, tried the Driefonteinen the 2014 Golden Blend.
How was it?
It was really nice.
Okay.
So we split that together with Dimitri from Brussels Beer Project.
Oh, really nice.
Him and his girlfriend came over, so we split that bottle with them. And we also tried the Tilken Pinot Noir bottle over there.
Ooh, how was that?
It was really nice, but I think we all agreed that it seemed like it was a little bit young at this point, so it might actually need a little bit more time in the bottle. But we were lucky enough to actually have time to swing by Tilken on the Saturday when we drove home.
Oh, okay.
And they still had the Pinot Noir to go as well there.
All right.
So it was limited to one per person, but we were able to grab a bottle each.
Oh, that's good.
So that was really nice. So I'm gonna let mine sit for
a couple of years.
Probably not a couple of years, probably like 6 months to a year.
Okay.
And then try it out. I was also lucky enough to get a couple of bottles from the private import that just recently came out from Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to get the private import from there as well. So now I got a couple of bottles of the Pinot Noir.
Nice.
So I'll probably try one in like 6 months to a year and then see where it's at over then. And then decide on whether or not to drink the remaining ones.
Right away or just keep it a little longer.
Yeah.
So you've been going to Brussels for like once a year for what, a couple of years now, or
2 years now.
2 years now. All right.
Yeah. So we did the first trip. We went twice last year.
Okay.
First time in April when we flew down. Me, Daniel, Andre, and Carl flew down in April 2016. That was my first Brussels trip. So we spent a lot of time at Cantillon and went to the Sutos Festival in Leuven, which was surprisingly, like, we had no expectations on what to expect when we got there, but that was really, really nice. But of course, and then all the visits to Cantillon was the highlight on that trip.
Yeah.
And then basically it was the exact same weekend last year that I flew down and met up with my cousin's husband down there last year. So at that point, we were able to stock up quite a lot at Cantillon. But now they've introduced some really, really like strict limits on
Yeah.
what you can buy.
Yeah, somebody was telling me the other day that they'd gone and there was, if you, in order to prevent people from doing secondary market
Yep.
stuff, they've put some really hard limits, and
Yes.
especially if they think you're American.
Yeah,
So if they find out you're European, they're a little more
they're
open.
a little bit more lenient.
Yeah.
But I mean, we said we were from Sweden.
Show passports. Speak Swedish.
Obviously,
Did you show them your penis? It's like, look, this is a Swedish penis.
this is Swedish.
Notice it's uncut.
See what's going on over here.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, okay.
And they're like, well, now you're not getting anything.
Yeah. We need to ask you to leave, sir.
Yeah. Sir, excuse me, sir. Can you leave now, please? No, but they actually they write down your like credit card information.
Yeah.
And your name and like put you into a database.
And they see where your credit
Yeah.
card is actually registered.
Exactly. So that and even if you try to use another card, I mean, they still have your name in there. So, I mean, they're still going to know that you've already been here and gotten your allotment of whatever beer you bought today.
Wow.
So
So is it one per day, or is it like...
You were allowed to, I believe, buy the Gueuze, the Rosé de Gambrinus, the Creek. You could buy one box of either 6 big or 12 small
Okay.
of each.
Yeah.
And you couldn't buy, for example, if you didn't want to get the Creek, you could not get 12 big bottles of Gueuze, for example.
All right.
So it's
So
basically-
wait. You could buy one box then? Not mix and match, but you said buy one box of the Gueuze?
Yeah.
All right.
So, I mean, you could basically buy one box of Gueuze, one of Creek, and one of Rosé de Gambrinus.
All right.
But you can't buy several of one.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's capped out to that. But obviously now they didn't even have like big bottles of Rosé de Gambrinus, so they had a limit of 3 small bottles of Rosé de Gambrinus right now.
Okay.
And also the only kind of special one they had was the Magnum Gueuze,
Okay.
and they also had the Grand Cru Bruxelles.
All right.
That was limited to 1 per person.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean it's
There's
they've
some
capped
really hard limits there.
Yeah, they've capped it really hard.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, that like in the past couple of years they really
Yeah.
clamped down, because
Yeah.
last year it wasn't as...
Last year, I was allowed to buy, I think it was 3 boxes of Gueuze in one go, and this year it was 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
It's quite a big
But
difference.
is that 1 per day, or
I believe
what's the time limit on that purchase?
exactly. I believe the regular beers were capped out at 1 per day.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know because we
right.
only went to 1 day.
No, I mean, I didn't know
So,
if you
yeah.
had inquired about that while you were there.
No, we didn't ask about it. So I just got the box of Gueuze and the Magnum Gueuze as well.
Okay.
That's basically what I brought home from Cantillon. But Driefonteinen, on the other hand, did not have any limits this year on the
Nice.
Armand Gaston.
Yeah.
So I got, I think it was 1.5 boxes of that.
Wow. Nice.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So, and Girardin, we went over there as well.
Okay.
And they didn't have caps on anything.
Yeah.
It was
'Cause
just
it's-
like, how much do you want?
yeah.
All right.
Because it's
Just
like
package it
Cantillon.
up.
So Cantillon, everyone is clamoring for the hotness of Cantillon.
Yeah.
And they kind of overlook these other amazing
Exactly.
breweries as well. So
Exactly. So I mean, at this point, there's really no point in driving down to stock up on Cantillon, for example.
No.
Which is what everyone was doing before. But now, and also what I kind of like about it is that now if you're driving down and you want to stock up on Belgian sours right now, it's better to go out to, for example, Girardin.
yeah.
And get bottles over there, and also Driefonteinen, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you have all the other producers as well, which is like Boon, Hansen's, and the others. I don't know if you can buy stuff at the Hansen's brewery directly, though.
Okay.
I don't think so, because I think they're only open for visits during the Tour de Gueuze, and I think it's only every other Tour de Gueuze they're open for visitors.
Okay. So they're really not interested in that market. All right.
No. So, but yeah, overall it was a really nice trip. I got to bring some really good beers back home.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm quite impressed by your haul there. It's
Well, it's easy down there when it doesn't cost triple.
yeah,
that
it's
it
so
would here.
cheap. When you told me how much I was paying for some bottles, I was like, oh my god, that is like free almost.
Yeah, pretty much, right? So no, I'm really happy with this. It's a really good trip.
Yeah, so it's basically the difference between paying $3 a bottle for 750 milliliters or paying, say, $13 to $20 a bottle.
Yeah.
Difference. So
Exactly.
it's
quite
huge,
a big
huge
difference.
difference. Yeah.
But again, now there's no point in only driving down for the Cantillon because it doesn't make sense economically or financially.
No. I mean, if you're there, it's great. Maybe,
Yeah.
Stop by and get a case. But it sounds like you're really going there to get the other stuff instead, which is
fine.
Yeah.
Obviously. I mean, the Chirain Black Label is one of my favorite guesses.
Yeah. I think the Journied Black Label is amazing. I think the Driefonteinen is a great brewery.
Yeah.
You said you stopped by Tilquin as well?
Yeah.
I'm a huge Tilquin fan, so I mean that would be like sweet. Like fine, you can.
And the prices at Tilquin was really good.
Yeah,
I mean, I think we paid only, I think it was €9.70 or €10 for a Pinot Noir 75 centiliter bottle, which is obviously a limited production beer.
Yeah,
and the Gueuze bottles were really not expensive at all.
Okay.
Either I can't really remember what the price was on them because we had loaded the car up with so much we couldn't spend, like we couldn't get boxes at Tilken because we didn't have space for it. So, but yeah, got some cool merchandise over there as well.
I'm sure you did.
Driefonteinen had a new decanter, which was really, really nice. I got one of those. I have it in a box back behind the couch. I'll show it to you later.
Oh, I can't wait for you to whip it out.
Well, I'll whip out that decanter any day of the week.
Nice.
But yeah, overall, very, very good trip.
Oh man, it sounds
we had
like
some amazing food at Nooit Niet Genoeg as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
Really, really good.
Mussels and fries?
No, we had a beef stew.
All right.
It was really, really, really nice. And also, it's kind of nice to go to different restaurants down there as well.
Yeah.
Just to get... well, I mean, they are obviously known for their mussels and fries.
Yes, they are. You cannot escape the mussels and fries. It's almost to the point where you're kind of like, I don't really feel like comfortable eating mussels and fries because it's like the McDonald's of
Belgium.
Of Belgium. It's like just everywhere you go is mussels and fries.
Yeah, but we had good food, we had good beer, and we got a good haul back home.
Nice. Yeah. That sounds like a great time.
And so one of the things that I'm bringing out today on the show is, as I told you, we were hanging out with Dimitri from Brussels Beer Project.
Yes.
And he had never tried the Cantillon Blueberry. Okay. So I brought a small bottle of it down for him. And then he gave me some of their beers in return.
That's really sweet of him.
Yeah. So he got me a couple of the experimental stuff that they've done. Okay. Which are like one-off releases they do. I think they do one each month.
All right, nice.
So it's always one limited run each month. So I have a coffee pale ale that we're going to try.
Exciting.
Yes. And then obviously when we come back from Belgium, we do have to have a Gueuze as well.
We do. It is, I think it's by law.
Yeah.
It's a beer nerd law. You have to have to have one.
If you've been in Belgium, you have to have a Gueuze.
Yes, of course.
Even when you leave the country.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you went all that way. It would be wrong not to have one.
Exactly. It would be rude.
Yes.
So I have a Boon Gueuze Mariage Parfait, which is going to be nice to try as well.
It sounds nice.
Yeah. It's going to be delicious.
I cannot wait.
But I think we'll start out with the coffee pale ale.
Great.
So, without further ado,
let's crack this bad boy open. Now, I'm a real big fan of coffee beers, not in a stout form.
Yeah.
And I found that coffee, like IPAs, have been really enjoyable. It somehow captures the coffee essence, I think, better than stouts a lot of times.
It doesn't get hidden behind a lot of heavy malts, right?
Yeah.
But, and also I think one Swedish producer who's been doing some really interesting stuff with coffee is Brewski. Mm-hmm. Because they've been doing Berliner Weisses with coffee.
Really?
Which surprisingly works super well.
That sounds really weird.
Yeah.
Like I would not expect that to be a...
Yeah, it sounds kind of like, is these things really stuff that works together?
Yeah, this is not two things that I think you should put together.
No, but it is really, really tasty. And I think they actually just made because I tried I think it was one of the first ones they made. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it was at one of their Barski events. Mm-hmm. And it was really, really tasty. But they have I think it's a collaboration with Coppi. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, Copy has the space right next door to them.
Yeah, they do.
A storage space right there. So yeah, that's where I think the coffee came from.
And Copy does a really good. They're a
Amazing
local roaster,
coffee.
and they make really, really great coffee. Wow, it's really pretty. Is it the?
It's gotten some color from the coffee.
Yeah, and there's like some particulate hanging.
Yeah.
In the.
Might be a little bit of coffee grinds.
Yeah, it's a little coffee particulate hanging in the.
It smells really good.
Wow, it totally smells like coffee.
Yeah.
That just smells like. Yeah, it's like hoppy coffee.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow, that is really cool looking.
Yeah. It's like I said. I mean, the coffee really shines through in the lighter beers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if there's any information about what the coffee they used is.
I mean, I get the. It's kind of weird. It smells really coffee up front,
Yep.
but I don't get a huge coffee on the palate.
No.
I mean, there's a little bit in the aftertaste after it really rescinds. It's kind of it's like, coffee. But like when you're drinking it, it's just kind of a really light, little thin, really pleasant.
I think the kind of darker color comes from because they've used both coffee beans and espresso shots. So
okay.
I'm gonna assume that the kind of darker color to this is coming from the espresso shots.
Very possible.
Yeah, because I mean they have only used because there's no crystal malt or anything like that in there. So I mean this would be a really light beer if it didn't have any coffee in it. I guess if it didn't have any espresso shots in it.
That makes sense.
But I mean they actually use some pretty forward hops in this. They have both Simcoe, Cascade, and Citra.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, being a pale ale, it's not going to be hopped up like an IPA, right?
No, I mean,
So it really
you can
gives-
definitely smell the hops.
Yeah, but it really gives space for the coffee to shine through.
It's a weird mix because you wouldn't think that it would work as well as it does. I mean, the coffee is. I mean, you really smell the coffee on the nose, and you get that kind of a subtle hoppiness at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it's a little hoppier than I think you would expect from a pale ale.
Yeah.
But the flavor is just like it's just so light and clean. A little tart, actually.
I think that might also come from the coffee.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Kind of a bitter finish. I mean, it's really a pleasant beer. And this is the
EXP0038.
Yeah, 0038.
0038.
And do we have a...
A what?
I don't know.
ABV?
No, 7%
Yeah.
ABV. Yeah, this is really great. This might be the first coffee pale ale that I've had. So I've had coffee IPAs a couple of times.
I've had coffee IPAs, yeah.
And, of course, stouts, and I want to say there's another coffee something I've had, but this was really good.
Yeah. It's like you said, it's surprising how well it works together in a light beer.
Oh,
Coffee is something that you associate with heavy imperial stouts usually. But I think it's a really interesting take on using coffee in beer.
Yeah, I think the first coffee IPA I ever had, I was shocked by like how strong the coffee came through because I totally did not expect it to be so like coffee forward.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, this is amazing. I didn't know I loved this, but I do.
I did not know this was a thing until 5 minutes ago.
Exactly. I didn't know this was a thing I would like, and I totally loved it.
Yeah.
And so I'm very glad this is keeping that dream alive. It's really good.
Yeah, I agree. So what would you rate this?
It's hard.
I think first, how would you rate this?
Like, what do you mean?
Because I mean, coffee beer is not a style that you can rate, right?
No.
I mean, you would have to rate this as a pale ale.
A pale ale with
But
adjuncts.
with coffee,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, which is how I'd rate it. I would, as a pale ale, it's a little on the light side. I don't know. It kind of depend on the mood I was in, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, I think in one instance I would love it, and then in another instance I'd be like, this is really thin, and I don't really like it. I think on a really like hot day, this would be amazing because it's so light and so easy. It's really clean. It's very nice on the palate. But on another day, if I was in for something like a little more full-bodied, I'd be kind of disappointed because some pale ales can be a little richer than others, and I think this one's on the lighter side of that spectrum.
Yeah.
But overall, today it's really hitting the spot. So I think I'm going to go with like a 3.5.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm. It's funny that we keep calling it light because it is still 7%.
Yeah. No, but I mean light. I mean it doesn't taste boozy. It's like really clean and refreshing on the palate. It's not heavy. The feel in the mouth is a little thin. Yeah. I mean it's not like a heavy
thick Imperial Stout.
Well, it's not a thick Imperial Stout, but even like a lot of the like New England IPAs are kind of a heavier drink, you know. Yeah. But this is just really almost kind of lagery in its.
It's like a classic
texture.
It's a classic lighter pale ale, but with coffee added.
Yeah, honestly, if I didn't know it was 7%, I would think it was somewhere around 4.3,
4.5,
4.5, something like that. Yeah. So when I looked at it, I was like 7%. That's kind of crazy.
That's rich.
Yeah, like it's only thing rich about that is that 7% ABV. But at first I had to look and see what the ABV was because I thought it was around a like 4.3, 4.5, something like that.
That's kind of what I thought when I read about coffee pale. Yeah, it's probably like kind of 4.5, 5%. Yeah. It's like, 7%. Damn.
That's why it's kind of, I don't know, that's what I like about it, is it's so easy. You could easily drink a couple of these and not even realize, like, oh, shit.
Until you're totally fucked up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I think, I would probably go 3.5 as well on this. Because, it's, 3.5 or 3.75.
Yeah, I'm kind of...
Something like that. Yeah.
Like I said, it could be a 3.75 another time today.
I mean, it is really, really well made, and the coffee really shines through in it.
Yeah.
But I also think that maybe it would be fun to see if they tried it with different coffee beans as well.
Yeah.
Because, there might be other coffee beans that work better or work worse in this. Some of the Brazilian coffee beans are really, really like light and creamy, if you know what I mean.
I usually get like when I think about Brazilian, I think more kind of like nuttier and more caramelly. Yeah. When I think like
they're not very bitter.
African, I think more citrusy and kind of lighter. So I think, like I said, since they did coffee beans and espresso shots, that means they went pretty dark. Yeah, probably on both. So too. I would like to see them maybe try this again, but use maybe a lighter roast African bean to kind of bring out more of the citrusy elements. Because then, some African roasts, you get a lot of blueberry and strawberry and kind of out of them.
I think that would be interesting to see. So, obviously, I have no idea what kind of beans they used. Maybe they even used like the African beans, but it feels like it is kind of like your regular espresso bean kind of blend.
Yeah. The taste I get now is kind of an espresso-y kind of.
And you kind of get like the classic like coffee sump kind of thing going on as well. Yeah. Where it's just like when you kind of smell the filter after you just brewed coffee. Yeah. You kind of get that as well. So I do think like trying it with, if now they didn't do this, but trying it with, like you said, an African bean or a Brazilian bean or something like that, I think that could be really interesting as well.
I agree.
But 3.5 or 3.75, something like.
So I think what it sounds like is we need to brew a coffee pale ale using African, a light roast African bean.
We could do that.
That sounds like fun.
It would be fun.
All right, let's do that, man.
Okay.
We'll do that.
We can do that.
Yep.
All right, moving on to to our guests. Here we go. Yay.
Love that sound.
Happy New Year.
You're pouring this much more gently than you did the other one.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
Nope. There you go.
Oh, yeah. This I'm excited about.
This is the 2016 vintage Gueuze Mariage Parfait.
And you picked this up last on your trip? Or this is in your
this has been in my cellar for a while.
Okay.
So it's been
since last year.
It's been aging a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Since 2016.
Yeah. So it's been there for a while. But I think it's one of my. It's a really good guess. The only thing, if I would knock it on anything, it would be that it's kind of high ABV. It's 8% guess.
It is pretty high because usually they come in around
5%.
Okay,
it's usually
like
between
5,
4.5 or 5%.
Okay,
yeah. Some of the fruited ones, if they re-ferment a little bit higher, they usually can go up to like 6.5, something like that. But yeah, this is it's obviously you can't. Well, not obviously, but in this one you can't really tell that it's 8% either. I mean, if you didn't know, you would still think it's a 5% guess.
No, it smells just like a classic guess. It's got that kind of a fruity, nose on it. Get that nice cheese kind of going on. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Wow, that is really. I mean, it's kind of light and delicate.
Yeah. But still, at being 8%, it's just so easy to drink. And tastes absolutely fucking fabulous.
It does. It's really great. We've actually covered quite a few goes on the show.
We tried
in the past couple of months. Yeah, because Adrian and I did the
you did the Tilken draft version.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Ooh, yeah, we tried that at Moederlambic. Yeah. That was really, really nice.
Yeah.
What else did we... Well, we had the Golden Blend. Obviously, we did try a 2006 Cantillon Guess at the brewery.
Did Cantillon have anything special on tap?
Well, the 2006 Guess, they had the new rhubarb.
How was that? Yeah. Nath?
None of us were
blown away by
very stoked about it, no. We did try... Well, the thing is, like, the whole incident with the window being broken in kind of fucked up our schedule a bit. Mm-hmm. So when we finally got to Cantillon, I think it was like 4 p.m., which is like an hour before they close.
Oh my gosh.
So we ordered the 2 bottles straight away.
Yeah.
And then figured like, we'll just grab 2 more as soon as we were finished with these. And then we went over at 4:30 or 4:35, and they stopped selling bottles at 4:30.
Yeah, they're like, sorry, last call has already happened. Didn't you hear the bell?
Yeah, exactly. So we missed out on that. But I mean,
that's a shame.
Yeah. Then again, I mean, they didn't have that many other bottles that we were extremely keen to try. Of course, everything tastes usually amazing. But we ended up at a round table where actually a sales girl from Founders was sitting. So we ended up talking to them a little bit, and we got some information about some really interesting stuff that's coming over to Europe.
From Founders?
From Founders, yeah.
Like what?
I don't know if we're actually...
it's coming over. It'll be in here eventually.
Well, it's coming over. And I know that someone has already reported on at least one of these. And it's the Canadian Breakfast Stout.
Oh, yeah. That's coming here.
Yeah, it's coming over.
Okay, I knew it was coming out. I wasn't sure if it was going to make its way over.
Yeah.
Very excited about that
it's
one.
Supposed to make its way over.
Yeah. Because, it's all of their new barrel-aged stuff. So I know that they're kind of... And it seems like we're getting all of their barrel-aged things now. So
they're putting that one over. And then, of course, we'll have to see if Systembolaget picks it up. But I do think I
would be surprised if they didn't. I mean, they just came out with Backwoods Bastard and Mosaic Promise. So they seem to carry anything Founders puts out over here.
I seem to recall that they did.
Doom and DKML and...
And then the other one was... it was called... I think it was the Curmudgeon's Better Half.
Okay, cool. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah. It's also one of those beers that they haven't done for 4 or 5 years or something like that. But it's Curmudgeon, but it's barrel aged in maple syrup barrels. That's going to be...
Curmudgeon's coming out here in a couple of months.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that too.
So
and the breakfast stout.
Hopefully we get the Curmudgeon's Better Half at Systembolaget as well.
Yeah, I would be surprised if we didn't. Because if it comes to your... it seems like anything Founders puts out, we usually end up getting at some point.
Yeah.
We got Lizard of Cause, and we got Fruitwood, and all of those. So
yeah. She was asking about all of those. I was like, oh, did you get the Fruitwood? Did you get the Lizard of Cause? Did you get the what were some of the other? Yeah, the Doom.
The DKML.
DKML, like, just came out. Yeah. So, I mean, my kind of reaction was that, well, since we got those, it seems very likely that we're going to get.
It would be very surprising if we didn't get them.
Yeah. Exactly.
And like the Backwards Bastard and Mosaic Promise and all of those.
Well, the Backwards Bastard came out on when we're recording this, it came out today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's also one of my favorite Founders beers.
It's probably my favorite Founders beer.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Backwards Bastard. So I'm always very excited to see that.
Yeah. Extremely tasty beer. But yeah. So what would you rate the Gueuze?
Well, for a Gueuze, I'd probably give it a 2. No, I'm kidding.
You're kicked off the show.
Like, I quit. I'm walking off. No, I really like this. It's kind of fruity and light.
Very citrus forward.
Very, very citrus forward. I mean, you get a kind of a like orange and plum and like a bunch of different flavors going on there.
All
it's
those
like a
tasty little motherfuckers.
Little fruit party in your mouth. What? It's a good analogy.
This is a very good analogy.
Don't harsh my analogies.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Like one of the problems I had with the Tilquin draft version was it was a little flat. Mm-hmm. I don't know how it was when you guys had it.
It wasn't flat at all.
The carbonation on it was really dead, so it didn't have that. Because one thing with a Gueuze for it to be really good, it's good. You need that little playfulness in the carbonation there, and it was missing that. So I kind of had to knock it a little bit.
Yeah.
Whereas this has great carbonation.
Yeah.
It's really like effervescent, and it kind of really engages the senses in the way that you're really wanting to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to give this I think a 4.25.
Yep. Cool. And on that note,
yeah, you give it 4.25 as well. You're not going to go 4 because you're not going to do the half a. We've really been aligning a little more simpatico. I don't know if
we have, right?
If your opinions are getting better or mine, or I'm just lowering my expectations a little bit after a year because we aren't as we used to be a little bit off there. I was always a little more excited about stuff than
you were always excited. Still am.
It's just being around you is what does it. I can't help myself.
Yeah, that's okay. You'll get over it.
Oh yeah, but after a year, I'm starting to settle down a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
The new host smell is wearing off. All right, so 4.25 for you as well.
Well, I think every Gueuze is absolutely amazing. Pretty much, right? So I mean, there are. As long as they're from Belgium, they're really nice, which is obviously where Gueuze is from. But I mean, there are some breweries out there that try to make their own, what they call lambic, but which is obviously not really allowed to. But I think Gueuze has been my favorite.
Yeah, it's really your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So on a Gueuze scale, how would you rate this? Because you've got what's your favorite right now? What's your favorite Gueuze? Is Tre Fontaine? Girardin.
I think the Girardin Black Label is my favorite.
All right.
It still is because it's
so would you rate that as a 5 then, or?
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, because I mean it's super tasty when it's fresh, and it's really nice when it's got some age on it. I think the Cantillon is it really needs a little bit of aging to really develop and become this really super tasty thing. But it's also so that's also kind of why the Girardin cannot be a 5 kind of again. Well, it can, but if you have a Cantillon Gueuze, which is like 7 or 10 years old, then that.
All right. Well,
it's a different beast.
Yeah. Well, that's a different rating system altogether. Then I'm talking about something that's a little fresher. I mean, this is only a year old, so this conceivably you could probably maybe even find on a shelf somewhere, depending on.
You can order this at Systembolaget.
Right. So I mean, this is something that's still on the shelf.
Yeah.
And we're talking fresh as opposed to something that's been aged, and then you're talking about, well, how was it aged, and what are the extenuating circumstances around that? Yeah. So I'm just talking about opening a bottle fresh,
Shut down Black Label, hands down.
You shut on Black Label. All right.
Yeah.
And so how would you rate this in comparison to that?
To the Black Label?
Because I think that's kind of where you're like, for me, I'm just coming from overall experience, and I'm not I can't really get into the semantics of Gueuze in quite the way you can. So
well, I can't really get into all the semantics about it. I just love the shit out of it.
Okay.
But I do. I mean, as I said from the beginning, the one thing that I would knock on it is the high ABV.
Yeah.
It is one of the things that kind of annoy me about it. But having that said, I mean, this tastes just as good as almost just as good as the Shut Down Black Label. Okay. So I would probably give it a 4.25.
4.25. So that's a big drop from that's. So 5 to 4.25. All right, it's almost as good.
Yeah.
So all right,
there you go. All right.
Okay. Well, check us out on what'sontappodcast.com.
Yep.
And YouTube,
Instagram,
Facebook. Yep. And yeah, let's just leave it there.
Yeah.
Everything else, there's other places. Just search for What's on Tap Podcast. You'll find us.
You'll find it.
But those are the main places where we tend to haunt.
Exactly.
All right. So till next time, keep drinking.